Man, that was the strangest issues ever. I have no idea what was going on there. Anyway, it looks like we're live now. And I may have jumped. Okay, so you should hopefully be able to see me now. I could see my live stream. The go live button, whoever, if you've never live streamed on YouTube, I use a program called XSplit, and then we go to, to YouTube, and then I press go live. Anyway, that wasn't working. It was not coming up. I had to restart. I don't know if it's on YouTube's end. But, okay, so you may have jumped the gun. Let's see. I'll wait for a couple more people. If you guys can hear me, let me know. If you could see me, let me know. If not, we're just going to have to retry another day, I guess. I'm not sure if you guys can see me. Maybe I go on my phone. I don't know. I wonder if 5 times 5, so you could see me. That's much better. Okay, so you can see me. Okay, good. Good. That was a weird issue. I've had that happen a couple times before. I'm not too sure why it happens, but it happens. Anyway, good morning. There was a couple questions before in the first original stream, but I don't have what people are asking me, so sorry about that. Good morning, everybody. Albert, how's it going? We can see you. Awesome. Zach, Justin, Kenneth, SPX Labs, how's it going? Craig, FreeBS, Christopher. Yeah, that was a little weird. Video, audio, okay, good. We could see you. Awesome. Yeah, so that was a bit of a nightmare. I thought it was so what first happened, what started this thing, I use a mixer called Go XLR, and I bought a new Razer, I think it's a Razer mouse pad, so I unplugged the USB from it. When I plugged the USB for the Go XLR back in, it killed my network connection for some reason. So I restarted my computer, and then all the other troubles happened. But anyway, we're good. I think there was somebody in here who said they were new first live stream, so maybe they're still here, maybe not. Sorry, I butchered that name, but good morning. Alonzo, good morning. Javier, good morning. Alan, yeah, just blame technology. It was technology, that's for sure. Ali M, good morning. What am I buying today? I am not buying. I don't think I'm buying anything. Gordon, good afternoon. How's it going? Stan, how's it going? Yeah, I'm probably not buying anything. I bought this, which I didn't realize it was a bit of an older product. I was trying to look for something that's in the home mesh, for Amplify or for Ubiquiti. So I ended up buying this Amplify mesh, Wi-Fi mesh system. There's a guy I follow on my Instagram. He does really good work. I think he might be from Spain. I'm not really too sure. Oh, I forget his name. What is his name? I forget his name. But anyway, he posted a picture of this right here, the Amplify. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy it. It was like, what, $500? So we'll end up doing a video on it. I don't know how relevant they are anymore. But I think home mesh systems, I get tons of people messaging me about getting them installed for them. So we'll see if it's a decent system. Vivek, how's it going? Yeah, your first live stream. Awesome. Glad you could join us. Antunes.org. From Holland, how's it going? The cable connection between my UDM Pro and Switch, which cables do I need? Can I use a fiber between the Dream Machine and the... You can, Albert, but you'd probably want to use a DAC cable, right? It'd be easier for you. So typically if I'm stacking a UDM on the top, rack unit or however you have your stuff laid out, I'll go UDM Pro and then I'll do my switch and I'll use this 0.5 meter DAC cable right here because it's just this is the shortest DAC cable that I know of that you could get. They do have some longer ones though. So you could get 3 meter, you could get 2 meter, whatever you like. So what am I selling? We don't do a lot of mesh systems, right? So we try to hardwire everything that we can. We'll hardwire everywhere. We don't do a lot of housework just for that reason, because most people they don't have cabling in their house and I don't want to run cable. So what happens if we can put a couple of Unify access points hardwired in? If they need it in a dead zone, we'd put the beacon HD. But the problem, well, not the problem, with the beacon HD, you need to have at least one hardwired access point to do an uplink into. Jim, how's it going? I think I might have said hello to you already. Not too sure. Kenneth, you might be right. I think this system is probably... I was trying to look up when it was released, but I think it's a couple years old. We're going to see how it works. So my main network at home that I use, I'm going to totally take that out of my Unify controller and just run this for, I don't know, a few days, maybe a week, and then do a video on my thoughts on it. Apparently, it's really good. That's what I've heard. I've never used it. The other amplify I did use was the Alien router, which was actually really good. And I think you could mesh these together as well. And this is a Wi-Fi 6 system, I believe. Yeah, Wi-Fi 6. So yeah, it's kind of cool. We don't have a ton of Unify stuff coming up. What do I have? I have that coming up. What other Ubiquiti stuff do I have coming up? There's not a whole lot that's new. I have this touch phone. I have the new Touch Max, but I can't really do anything with it because there's no phone numbers in Canada. So they sent me over this phone, which is really cool. I have it on my desk right in front of me right now. And it shows Protect Wicked. I mean, my cameras just show up awesome. I love having it right on my desk. Raffaello, how's it going? I got a UDM Pro recently. Should I replace my Amazon cloud cams with Unify? It depends how much money you want to spend. Ubiquiti cameras aren't the cheapest. But then again, we sell a crazy amount of them. So if you're in the US, I'm in Canada, but these are $449. I need to move that light away from my face. It's warm. Yes, I do run that in my house. The Pi. Yep. Little PoE accessory. Which one do you mean? The LED? Are you talking about Unify, or are you asking if I know of one? I know they have this thing here. The smart floodlight. I haven't been able to test it because it's not in Canada. I don't think, unless they change that. Let's take a look, because if they did, that's what I'll buy. And nope, they don't. What access point are you not? Are you in? Where do you live, Matt? Where do you live, Matthew? Are you in Canada? What are you looking for? Thoughts on the new AI 360 cam now that they released a YouTube video? Yes, so I can kind of talk about it. So I emailed my contact at Ubiquiti to ask them about the UDM Pro SE. I wasn't originally going to do a video on it. I saw Crosstalk did it, and that kind of drove me saying, okay, yeah, I probably can. And they responded to me saying I could talk about what's in the video. The reason I did it is because I probably had 150 questions or comments saying, what do I think of it? I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do a video. My thoughts on the AI 360 cam, I think it's going to be cool. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Problem with Ubiquiti for me is need a lot of new hardware and literally nothing in stock. I think that's for a lot of vendors. You're going to see a lot of stock outages, and it could be because I'm taking it all up. There's one of the pictures. That's like, I don't know, 5 or 10% of the gear that I have. I got quite a bit of gear. These are, I think these are U6 LRs. Then we got 3 packs of G4 cameras. We got a bunch of 16. There's so much more that I have. We're just deploying a lot at jobs right now. The Wi-Fi light, I think you are, so if you, I think I have a U6 LR that I could probably sell to you if you want. I think the box is open, but I never used it. I don't use time-based purge. I just let it hit the end and then re-record. Some people have it at 30 days and that's all they need. And then after that, it will wipe out. Kenneth, I won't do a video on that. There's other people who have done videos on it. That's just something that I won't do. Should all outdoor cameras be grounded? They probably should be. Do I have all my cameras that are sitting in my office and that grounded? No, I don't. I don't have any of them. Depends how, well, it depends on your area and how risky it is outside, right? But if you get hit by lightning, you're kind of messed. I still haven't got the other grounding for this camera either. So I'm, well, you can't even see that. For this camera here, and there's a lot of people mentioned the spider webs on the back when I was doing the video. That's nothing. Like, this is nothing. Now we have a ton of them in the backyard. It's crazy. Do Unify have support? I mean, I guess they have some sort of support, but it's kind of good for companies like mine and Lawrence Systems, Crosstalk, Willie, all those guys. It's good that they don't have the best support, because then we get the work from it. I understand that when you buy a product, you kind of want some free support because you're already supporting them by buying the product. They used to have a paid elite program or something like that, but it's gone now. I currently have Untangled Firewall set up with 2 Unify Wi-Fi 6 and a controller hosted using Proxmox. Does it make sense to upgrade to the UDM Pro? Not really. I mean, if you're happy with your Untangled Firewall and the license fees that come with that, if you wanted to use Unify Protect, Unify Access, Unify Talks, that's when you would want to upgrade to the UDM Pro. I have a US 8 150 and a US 8 plugged into my UDM Pro. Is it worth getting a 16? It's up to you. It's totally up to you. As long as, I mean, I like the rack mounts better than the little 8-port units. But then again, I mean, some of the stuff I get sent to me, like my main switch right now, besides my Switch Pro aggregation, is the, what is it? The Unify Enterprise switch. It depends how many ports you have, what you need it for. Like, I do a lot of testing, so I need, I need the extra ports. I need PoE ports. I need PoE++ ports, even though this one doesn't support PoE++. Oh, you can't see that. Yeah. Yes, can the USW Flex be powered by a PoE injector? And if so, which one? I forget which one. I think you could do it with the PoE. I think you could do it with this one here. The 802.3 AT PoE injector. They have a couple different settings, right? So if you look at the switch. Oh, my face is... There we go. Okay. Okay, so it tells you right here. Blah, blah, blah. So with an 802.3 BT rated USW, the Pro, so if you're using PoE++, you could get 46 watts out of it. If you're just using PoE+, you're getting 50, or PoE or PoE+, you're getting 15 watts. So with that PoE++, you're getting a lot more wattage out of the switch. I forget what I'm running through mine. I think it's just PoE+, and I'm powering quite a few cameras off it. I won't be showing that. I won't, this question right here, I don't show any Pi stuff. I mean, I'll show Raspberry Pi stuff, but nothing to do with this. Which 4K camera can you recommend for a warehouse? I mean, if you've been in my channel a lot, you know that I like Ubiquiti. So I would recommend the Pro or the G4 Pro. It is expensive though. Hikvision have a few good cameras. The problem with that, you're going to want to block them from internet access after you upgrade the firmware. I just use a lot of Ubiquiti here, right? So this camera is great. I have it on my house, and we sell a ton of them. The Wi-Fi 6 Professional, it's not available in Canada right now. Unify items are so in demand, cart sniping is a thing. Can't even make it through checkout. Yeah, I mean, it also depends where you live in the world. So you have, if you're in the United States, you have a restriction on some gear for, say the U6LR, you only can buy 2 of them. In Canada, we could buy 25 at a time. So it kind of depends where you live. And it does suck. I have the email alerts, and once they go on, even if I don't need it, I typically buy it because I will need it eventually. Can I buy one for free because it's my brother's graduation? I'm not too sure what you're trying to buy for free, but usually nothing in this life that you have to buy is free. Do you have any insight as to why the Wi-Fi 6 and wall HPs was? I have no idea. No idea. And we're not allowed to talk about EA stuff, really. Yeah, the Unify firewalls, like the UDM Pro, all that, it's good for a home small business. If you need advanced routing, go with pfSense or yeah, OpenSense if you like OpenSense. I'm waiting on my pfSense net or my Netgate 6100. It got delayed another 3 weeks, which kind of sucks. They had the UDM Pro available, so I ordered it. I already have the 4-bay. I just want the extra. You could use both, but you're using it on two separate controllers. You can't cluster them together, right? It's two different controllers. Albert, you may get a bit of less latency from the fiber, but then, so if you get fiber, you're gonna have to buy SFPs too. Are you in Europe again? I don't know. So you'd have to buy these SFP Plus modules as well as the LC fiber connection, which isn't a bad thing. I used to do it I think I did a link aggregation video like a year or two ago. And I was using the SFP Plus modules. Finished up an install with 4 Unify cameras in the CloudKey Gen 2 Plus. Friend was extremely impressed how easy it was to get everything set up. Yes, and that's the thing. It's so I have to send the quote still. Quoting on this job for a fairly big house in Toronto. And they were going between Hikvision and Unify. And Hikvision's, I mean, they have good cameras, right? There's a lot of controversy around Hikvision. But the simplicity of Unify for an end user who wouldn't be very tech savvy is just the best way to go. It will save you a lot of headaches. Finally got my surge protectors. Nice. Now waiting on the Wi-Fi 6 LR to come. Yeah, I still need to get a couple U6 LRs. Yep, that's correct. So if I remember correctly, the Flex Mini doesn't support custom port profiles. No, they do not. Does the Flex XG have limitations? Not so far that I know of. We could still put profiles. We could do everything that you could do on a normal Ubiquiti switch. Albert, thank you very much for the 20 pounds. I always get that messed up, but that converts to quite a bit of money, my money. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. How many ISPs do you have? Do you mean coming in here or like in my area? I have 2 ISPs coming in here, the biggest ones in Canada. Really, there's only 2, and then other smaller companies kind of backbone off them. Mike, I won't be doing anything on this right here. I just don't really even talk about it. I know other YouTubers who do, but I just don't. I mean, it would make for good content, but it could risk yourself for losing some money off YouTube. I have a UDM. What would be the best way to run Protect? Do you have just the UDM base? Like this guy, the R2D2 looking thing? Whoops. Oh crap. Am I logged in? Oh no, in the Europe store they have to show the EA. That's a law they have. If you just have the UDM base and you're only looking to run a few cameras, I mean, either you could upgrade to the UDM Pro or wait for the new UDM Pro SE, or you could get a Unified CloudKey Gen 2 Plus. You still need to get a PoE switch or PoE injectors though. I'd ask a friend to buy 2, so I had to use, I have a business account and a personal account, and I needed about 50 of them, so I had to use 2 different accounts. I moved from pfSense to Entangle. Both work great with my unified gear. Moved from the UDM Pro, no regrets. Nice. I was thinking about trying Untangled. I do have a couple Protect Lead boxes that I might load it on there. I emailed you about this 2 switches you recommend. Did you email me today or was this before? I might have missed that email. I don't get full speed from my ISP, neither do I. So I'm hoping that they fix that PPPoE issue because I don't get the full speed either. Gen 1 key doesn't work with Wi-Fi 6. Not sure, maybe not. They might not have a recent network controller upgrade on that. Oh yeah. Do you think 200 meters worth of multimode? Yes. Oh, of course. Yeah, that 200 meters isn't that far. You could run copper. Tom Lawrence from Lawrence Systems, he did a video on Game Changer cable. Copper, I think it was Cat 6. You could run that 200 meters. I'm not too sure. This word right here we'll be avoiding completely. Jose, how's it going? About how many G4 bullet cameras can you put on a one without issues? You could probably put you could put quite a bit actually. The most I've done is like 30, right? And I haven't had any issues. Yeah, so if you have the UDM base, you're going to want to get a Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus or upgrade to the UDM Pro. Will you try Starlink? Probably not, because I have no need for it. We have enough, I have fiber running to my house, I have copper running to my house, I wouldn't need it. Any updates on the Ingenious Outdoor Wi-Fi, please? Well, you've been asking me that, and same with the person who sent, or Ingenious, they've been asking me that too. I'm planning on doing that this week. It will probably be my next video. Most likely it won't be out tomorrow because tomorrow's a holiday in Canada, but I'm going to a job site and running some cables. It'll probably be out Tuesday. Did you find that your camera freezes for a few? Not typically, no. How many cameras can you run with the Gen 2 Plus? I don't know. There is a, let me Google it. How many cameras on Unify? They have a sheet. Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus. It says, oh, whoops, that's B&H photo. I thought they had a link where you could, I think it was a couple. There is this calculator link, but I can't find it off the top of my head. People are saying 10 G4 Pro cameras. Oh, you sent it this week? Okay, I'll take a look. I'll search for your name. I don't have a TrueNAS, so I don't know. You probably could. I don't see why you couldn't install iPerf on TrueNAS. I could install iPerf on my Synology. Maybe you need to run a Docker image. I sold my parents on a Unify Protect system. I've set them set up on the USG3, US Lite, ACLR. The ACLRs, I used to love those. I still do. Cloud Key Gen 2. What would you suggest to get Unify? I'd almost wait to get the new UDM, the new UDM Pro. If you're waiting to get some of those PoE ports. Just because you could do so much more with it than just a Cloud Key Gen 2. Actually, I guess the Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus is now you could load every controller. I'd probably get the UDM Pro SE. But if they're doing very basic things, you could just get the normal UDM or UDM Pro because it's going to cost, I think it was about $120 extra. Yeah, that's a great setup having Netgate with pfSense, and I do have some videos on that, I believe. Let's see, pfSense. Yeah, so we pfSense and Unify setup. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. I have lots of people ask me about how do you do TP-Link and all that. We'll see. Maybe I'll do more videos like that. Do you require No, you do not. No. So yeah, the Cloud Key Gen 2, all that's your network controller. That's Unify Protect. I think they have Unify Access and Talk on it. I haven't used a Cloud Key Gen 2 in quite a while. You could use the base kind. Well, you probably wouldn't want to. You'd probably want to sell that. If I were you, I would sell it, and then just where the heck are they in Canada? So they're $369. Even if you got $250 for it, then you could get any access point. If you could get the U6LR, that's the one I would get. Yeah, the problem with the normal or the UDM Pros, they don't have Wi-Fi built into it. Which would be nice if they did, but I highly doubt that will ever happen. There was a guy who commented on that AI 360 camera. I'm not going to watch it, but anyway, if you haven't seen the AI 360 camera, it kind of looks like an access point. It's just a circle, right? And he's like, it would be really cool if they built Wi-Fi into that camera. Then you could just place cameras and still have Wi-Fi everywhere. I thought that was a neat idea, and it would be cool to see something like that. Someone's walking down the side of my house. How much speed will I lose daisy chaining the unified building to building, some main to remote? Hopefully you shouldn't lose too much, because the building to buildings, they are, they're 1 gig. They're 1 gig links. My parents don't need anything fancy. They just let me install whatever I want. Oh, that's awesome. I think for now the second, yeah. So I think that would be a good idea. If they don't need crazy network, I would probably just, go on the cheaper end. Yeah, the Pro's better. I have a base model up here. So you guys can't see it anyway. It's up on my shelf somewhere. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just bought it off somebody off of Facebook Marketplace to do a video on. Yeah, the U6LR is great. I love it. Yeah, that combo idea was awesome. I mean, I really hope that they listen to that. I don't think they will for this AI 360 camera, but if they start kind of doing something like that. Bruce, how's it going? Could you recommend a good access layer switch? Well, if we're talking Ubiquiti, there's so many factors in it, right? If you need PoE and if you need 10 gig uplinks, you're going to have to go with the Switch Pro 24 PoE. If you don't need 10 gig uplinks, you could go with the Switch 24. This one's been out of stock in Canada for a while, but it only has 16 PoE ports. If you don't need PoE, and you only need a 1 gig uplink, just do the Switch 24. It's $279 Canadian, which is nothing for a managed Switch. Do they have a Pro version of that? I don't think they do have a Pro version, where you could just get a 24 port non-PoE with 10 gig uplinks. Not that I could see. I might be missing it. They might have it somewhere else. Yeah, I hope they listen to that guy. He's got a lot of upvotes, and I see why. I mean, that was a great. I didn't even think of something like that. That would be awesome. Can you put an access point on your wall and still have good coverage? I have heard that it is. Oh, I've heard that it is bad, and you should put it on the ceiling. It depends on what type of access point you go with. If you're looking at the U6 lights, I forget which way. Let's see. Where are these skins? I want to buy these skins. Anyway, where's their instruction manual here? For higher speeds with the U6 Lite, you want to mount it on your ceiling. But if you need it to go further, you can mount it on the wall. I'm pretty sure they have that in their manual. Yeah, see? This one, A, B. They have it somewhere stating that. But if you look at the Unify in-wall HDs, you have to mount them to your wall. Those are meant for like receptacle levels or behind TVs. Aruba Instant On, didn't you sell it to your client? I have not, no. I haven't done any, I did that one video, maybe I did 2 videos on the Instant On. It's not bad. There's not a whole lot you could do. If they had some routing functionality, that would be great. I'm in a new place and my current Wi-Fi solution isn't great. I want a U6LR, but it's, yep. I would wait to get the U6LR if you could. I don't know, it's great. The U6 lights are good too. I haven't grounded yet. I haven't done the grounding yet, so I'll talk about that. I'll probably make like a YouTube short or something like that about the grounding. If you only get one switch, in my opinion, it should have PoE. That's right. It depends though. Like if you don't need PoE, if you only have one access point or 2 access points in your house, is a PoE switch worth it? Maybe not. You could just use PoE injectors. Yes, most access points are built down to do the disk patterns. You need to look at the patterns that they did in the lab, right? Why don't the Ubiquiti SFP RJ485? I'm not too sure. I don't know why they wouldn't. And it depends on the switch. If the switch doesn't support 2.5 or 5, the SFP modules wouldn't matter anyway. I don't really do home automation, no. I have a couple Lutron lights, or light switches, but that's it. The ones, I don't know where we get the, you had a distributor. I think we could get some through TDL maybe. Nano HD skin. Oh, maybe you can't. I know you could buy them somewhere in Canada. I don't have any nano skins. I only have the skins for the Beacon HD. And I only have skins for the, what are they called? What's their small cameras called? The heck are those? Those $29 ones. These guys, I only have skins for those. I don't have any nano skins. I wish we had them here. I don't think they've released them in Canada yet. No. Let's see. The U6 lights are good. Yeah, they're still not bad. I have a U6 light in our master. What's your favorite coffee brand? I don't even really know. I mean, at home, I just have Folgers or Tim Hortons, and I like Tim Hortons and Starbucks. Just pretty basic. I'm drinking tea right now. I wish you would do some stuff with Fortinet. Unify like, but extremely good firewalls. I don't know. Maybe in the future. We'll see. I don't work on Fortinet day to day. Most of the people asking me to do consulting is all on Unify stuff. Nano HD wall mounted is goddamn powerhouse. Still very powerful without being on the ceiling. I did some testing. I have a mount above my head where I place a lot of my stuff. Yes, deployed depot. That's who it is. I always forget. I don't think... I probably spelled that wrong. Yes, I did spell that terribly wrong. Holy. I don't think I've ordered from these guys yet. I keep meaning to. Nano HD. There you go. There you go, Bruce. But do they have the wood skins? I like those camo skins. Those are freaking cool. $69 though. Oh, I think that's for 3 of them. Yeah, that's not bad. See, in my I did that accessory video. I should have probably waited and bought a bunch of these skins. These black ones are cool too. I might order one of them. I might order one of these, one of that, and one of those. Komodo, thank you for the $24.99. I really appreciate it. That will go towards something in my channel. Or something towards the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Looks like you are sweating. Yes, I'm not sweating. It's my face is always red. My air conditioner isn't fixed yet. I have the AC down here, but I can't have it on when I'm live streaming. Plus, I have these 2 lights above my head and my pot lights on me. Thanks for the vids. Get me up and running. And I might be sweating. I don't even know. I just got out of the shower. I hope I'm not. We'll see. What 6U rack do you recommend? That's a good question. I usually use open frame racks. That's what I like. That's my preference. CA. I don't like these. These things are way too wobbly. This one doesn't look bad. Right here, the StarTech one. So the frame looks like it's strong. I'd probably get this, 141 bucks. It's a little pricier than some people would want to spend, but that looks like it has a solid frame in it. What your equipment wouldn't fall off of it. Can you take a fiber connection from a company like Google Fiber and stick the fiber SOP into your? Yep, you can. You definitely can. Deployed Depot are really nice people. I've done in-person pickup and the staff are great. Good support. Somebody messaged me. I think I was talking to them. This was probably last year on Instagram. Yeah. When you're a company, when you do IT work or if you do cabling, all that type of stuff, you're gonna get. I mean, I get almost probably every other day another vendor trying to reach out to me to buy from them. Deploy Depot seems like it would be a good place to go to, though. NavPoint. Yes, I've heard good things about NavPoint. NavPoint. I'm just not a huge... Holy crap, that's expensive. 545 bucks. It does have a lock on it and then 2 vents for fans. I don't know if it would come with fans. That one's not too bad. The other one looked more stable, though. Let me put this... I'll put this in chat, just in case you needed it. There you go. I have a couple Grandstream Wi-Fi, or I have one Grandstream Wi-Fi, GWN 7610. It's not bad. The Wi-Fi 6 one I would like to play. Are you going to play Halo Infinite? Halo Infinite? Yes, I am. I've been seeing them play the beta. It's kind of stupid that they're playing against bots. Cheaper in the US. Well, everything's cheaper in the US. Right now I'm playing, or I just started. I never finished it. I'm playing God of War on my PS5. I almost pulled the trigger and bought the new Xbox, but I didn't. Because, I mean, I could play any Xbox game I could play on my PC. I'm on the UID test. Looks promising. However, I create a VPN in you. I can't really talk about UID right now. I mean, I could talk about what they showed in the video, but I can't. And I've been a part of the UID for probably 6 months before they even announced it, and I never even set it up. I just didn't have time, and I still haven't set it up yet. Albert, I'm not too sure about that because I haven't really... I would assume it will because I think it's just a Keystone patch panel, and a lot of the times it's not proprietary. It's just a normal Keystone jack. What is the longest fiber I've set up? That's a good question. Probably 5 kilometers. I mean, that's not a huge fiber run, but this was in a conduit going underground to have cameras on light post. It was kind of a crazy job. What hardware would see this? A lot of people ask about Pi-hole. A Raspberry Pi to use it. I'm not too sure. It depends what you need. Like in the PF Sense, you should just use PF Blocker, right? If you're going to be doing that. Why does the Mac filtering not? I don't know. It's always excuse me. It always works for me. Everything except healthcare. True. I don't know. I live in Canada, so not too sure about that, but I've heard horror stories about it. Question: I have UDM Pro and my phone and Sonos are on different VLANs. I can't play music. No, you can't because it is a complete nightmare. Multicast doesn't work properly. Or the MDNS, yeah. It just doesn't work. I haven't been able to figure out without having to open a crazy amount of ports, which for security you probably shouldn't. There's not a good way. You'd have to have it on the same VLAN. I bought a Sonos One just to troubleshoot, and I couldn't get it working. We have been live for 40 minutes, 41 minutes. I'm probably going to be live for another 15 minutes because, as you could tell, I'm getting really warm. What else was cool? So this Unify Access. Now you can push it to ring it as a doorbell. Am I ever going to push it? There we go. So that's kind of neat. And then it was just popping up on my screen. I don't know if that's going to probably integrate in UID, I would assume, but and then you could unlock doors with it, which I think is awesome. But the problem with this, like that doorbell button is so small on it. You're going to have to put a sign saying, please press the doorbell on this, right? It's going to be interesting. What 2.5-inch drive would you recommend for a cloud key that will, yeah, I mean, so for my setup, for my UNVR, I only have 8 terabytes across 4 drives, and I'm using Western Digital purple drives. I think I'm using purple. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm using. Let's see. What laptop do you use? What laptop do I use? That's a good question. I don't know. I forget. I have an MSI laptop. I do not recommend MSI. I mean, the laptop's great, but I don't recommend it if you're using it to do tech support and bringing it to a job site. The keyboard sucks on it. MSI laptop. I have a couple laptops. I forget which one I have here. I think I have. It was more expensive than that. I don't know. It's an i7, something like that. It's been collecting dust, just sitting. It haven't even been turned on for 6 months. And then I have some other laptop. It had a Wi-Fi 6 chipset in it, i7, blah, blah, blah. I bought it. I don't even know what brand it is. No clue. I forget. Do you own or install a Unify doorbell? I do own and I do install Unify doorbells. I've installed quite a few of them. They're awesome. Just make sure that, yep, surveillance capable. That's right. A lot of people like the ThinkPads when you're doing tech, or like when you're going to job sites, and I used to use a ThinkPad for, I forget the model, but when I was working for another company, they're awesome. The keyboard's so good. I was thinking about install. So the thing is, if you're installing the doorbell for somebody, you still need you need like a CloudKey Gen 2 Plus. You need something to run Protect. Not that, Ryan, so can you make Unify Access only push instead of hold? Not that I know of yet. It would be a lot better than the hold because it takes about 5 seconds. So for the Ubiquiti Access Starter Kit, do you need to buy a 24 PoE or can you get away with the 16? So the problem is you need PoE++. And I have run the Unify Access Hub off of just PoE+, and it does work with a reader, but I think if you added both readers and a camera, it wouldn't work. The power, you wouldn't have enough power, so you need to use the Pro Series switches, right? So these last ports over here, whoops, yeah, you guys can see that. These last ports over here are capable of PoE++, which powers the hubs. Powers a couple other things like the PTZ camera and the Wi-Fi base station. A little more money though, that's the problem. I'm not too sure about the EA stuff because we don't have EA here. Do you see the doorbell cover for? No, I haven't seen that. No. Do you use VMs? I mean, I did. Did I not do a video on it? I thought I did. It's not plugged in right now, but I have. I think I did. What the heck is it called again? XCPNG. I did a quick video, just one video, and I'm probably going to do some more eventually. CP. Yeah, this right here. Getting started with XCPNG on Protectly. So that's the hypervisor that I was using on Protectly, which is really cool. I used to work in, what was it? Infrastructure engineering for a bank. And that's where we just deployed clusters of Cisco UCS servers, Cisco Fabric interconnects, and we would build ESXi clusters. Really cool job. SPX, have a good day. Talk to you later. Razer laptop. Dell makes good ones. I'm probably not going to buy another laptop for a while. I just bought an iPad Pro, thinking, oh, I'll bring it to when I'm going to do quotes, and it will be easier with that, with that pencil. Yeah, I'm not using it anymore. I gave it away. Asus G15 for the. Do you recommend? I would get the 7200s. Yeah, when I'm doing most of my work, I don't even use my laptop unless I'm at a job site. Obviously, I have my keyboard here is the heck is my keyboard? Corsair. What the heck version is it? Corsair keyboard. Is it the M something? Is this it? I think this might be my. Oh crap, that won't work. K95. Is that what I have? No, that's not the. My keyboard looks like this. It's pretty similar, except I don't have these keys on the side. I love this keyboard. I almost bought another one, but this one works perfectly fine, so I should just not spend money on it. Okay, so current to find about. Sorry, I don't know what you mean about this. Like you're looking to put a VLAN for cameras. I think I have a video how to do that, a full setup. For Ubiquiti, do you need to spend the extra cash? I just mentioned that. You probably should, because you need PoE++. The 16 port doesn't have PoE++. Multicast, yep, that would be good. I was thinking about using Proxmox as well. So these Protectly boxes I have 2 of them. You could pretty much load anything on it. It's crazy. 98 people. That's the, yeah, if you want to hit that like button, that'd be great. We haven't had that many people in a little bit. I forget what the max, I think it was almost 200 we had one time. And that wasn't even, I did a U6 LR, or not LR, U6 Lite giveaway, and there wasn't even that many people here. Best keyboard, let's see what this one is. I was looking at the Ducky. I think it's the Ducky keyboard, what all the gamers use. Oh, what is that keyboard? Oh, my face is getting super red. That's cool. Those are neat keyboards. Those are really neat. I'm not going to buy it, but they're cool. Do you recommend using the DHCP with the UDM Pro? Yep, I use the DHCP with the UDM Pro, and a lot of the small businesses we support, they use it as well. Hi Cody, can the UDM Pro not power the U6? I forget. I don't think so, because it's just PoE, right? So you're gonna have to use another. Yeah, there's only going to be a certain amount of devices that work with that PoE switch built in. Which kind of sucks. I mean, there's a lot of people who, yeah, have different feelings about it, right? For me, I would always need more than those 8 ports on it anyway. So I don't really care. It's an added bonus that I could power up a couple cameras off of it. Ryan, thank you for the $10. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good day. Let's see. You're a programmer and have 3 of them. They look really cool. I might, I don't know. I don't know how well I would work on it, but they do. I really do like the design. Yeah, you can use the PoE injector. That's right. Yeah, you just need to have something that that does PoE++. we're installing I forget how many 48 port pros, which I'm going to start the recording on tomorrow because no one will be at the job site. We've already run, I think, 40 or 50 of the Cat 6 cables out of the 80 or 90 that we're doing. So, and I might bring this camera, I'm not sure. But what I'll show you is how we put our J hooks up and all that, and the Cat 6 runs, and I'll show you us running a bit of it. It's going to be a long time before we start placing the access points and all the gear. I think they're planning to be finished in October. But I'm going to stay on here for 2 more minutes. If you have any more questions, now would be the time. And yeah, this week we'll release 2 videos unless something new comes out with like a firmware release. Which I don't think, there hasn't been much with firmware. I may do a video on Unify Talk with going with a third-party SIP provider. No, I don't work with, no. Azure, Microsoft, nope. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot in updates. Unify Talk. Application, okay, so you could upload your own MP3 files to record for the Smart Attendant. I wonder if the Smart Attendant must work if you're using a third-party SIP provider. So that's what I'll find out. I'll use VoIP MS, most likely, as my third party. I've also wanted to test these point-to-point, the AirMax Gigabeam Plus 60 gigahertz. Once they come out, I'm going to plan on doing some testing with them. Can the access point professional mounting used with the... No, they can't because they're too big. It's meant for the Nano... No, not the Nano. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they... No, they can't. They can't. They're too big. So they're meant for the U6LR or for the... What the hell are they? What are they called? Or these access point HDs. Because the U6LRs and these ones are the same size. Yeah, no worries. Have a good weekend. Perfect. I thank everybody for coming by. It's awesome. It works with Wi-Fi 6 LR, Bruce. Yep. And you wouldn't need to buy one anyway. It comes with the U6 LRs, right? So you don't need to buy it. It comes, yeah, you don't spend the $20 or whatever it is. But on that note, seeing as everybody's saying goodbye, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for coming by. I'll be live again next Sunday. Have a good rest of your weekend.